The greatest athletes in the world work with a coach. The greatest musicians in the world work with a coach. In fact, the greatest at anything in the world typically work with a coach. So, who's coaching you? If you've been watching the videos for the last few weeks, you know we've been talking about the A to Z's of real estate. And this week we're going to talk about C, and you guessed it, we're going to talk about coaching. So let's stick around and learn a little bit about why having a coach is important for your success as a real estate agent. Hey guys, it's Dave here with Elite Real Estate Coaching and Training, and we're going to talk about coaching today. And you guessed it, I'm wearing my Kansas City Chiefs shirt in honor of the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. Now, the reason I want to talk about the Chiefs is that relationship that you see between Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Anybody who watches it, whether you're a sports fan or not, has to admire that relationship. So what is it that Andy brought to Patrick's career? Don't get me wrong, I think Patrick Mahomes was going to be an amazing quarterback regardless of who coached him. But what I believe in my heart and what all of my experience teaches me is that Patrick was a lot faster at getting where he needed to be and is actually more successful because of that amazing relationship he has with a coach. If Patrick can get a coach, why don't real estate agents get a coach? And there's a couple of reasons for that. One, a lot of coaches are incredibly expensive, and let's face it, they should be getting coached by their broker, but most brokers have their priorities all messed up and they're not coaching their agents. What does a coach look like and what should they be doing? Well, to me, it's pretty simple. To me, a coach's number one job is to shorten the learning curve for a real estate agent. And it's not just about learning things like contracts and how to price a home. It's shortening the learning curve for everything that we do. At some point, if you're successful, you're going to need a proper business strategy and tax strategy to help structure your business in a way that's more than just an independent contractor. Your coach should be involved in that. So what does a coach teach? Well, it should be the topic that is most relevant to the student at that particular point in time. So your coach is going to guide you through learning in the early stages of anything. So they're exposing you to new content or new ideas. And then you, as the agent, have to go out and practice those new ideas and then have the courage to put them into action. And then you've got to return back to the coach to break it down. We call that SPAR: study, practice, action, and return. If you're going to spar, let's just say we're talking about open houses, your coach is going to help you develop a strategy based on experience and best practices that help you hold an effective open house. And then you're going to have to go out and practice your scripts and dialogues for that open house. And then you're going to have to take action. You're actually going to have to do the open house. But this is where most agents fail. They don't rush back to their coach afterwards and break down what worked and what didn't work during that open house. And this strategy of SPAR should be applied to every aspect of a real estate agent's business. You can apply it to any lead generation source. You can apply it to writing contracts. You can apply it to negotiation skills. Your coach should be meeting with you on a regular basis and helping you understand where the gaps are in your learning so that you can learn those things, practice those things, put them into action, and then come back and say, here's what I learned, here's what worked, and here's what didn't work, coach. And then the coach then gives a little more advice. You see, when you look at the world, if you just take your hands for a second and did this, right? All you could see is what is immediately in front of your eyes. But as you open it up, your perspective changes. And learning new ideas, concepts, or even something like making a video, your perspective changes the more you do it. You see, I've got this amazing agent in my office. She's a 40-year veteran, and she has been around forever. She's actually one of what we call the circles of legends. That's how successful she's been in her career. And even after 40 years, she is incredibly driven and works hard every day. And we've been talking about the importance of using video to market our properties. And she comes to our classes and she went out and she's done some videos. Now, were they perfect? Absolutely not. But because she had the courage to do the video, that gave me, her coach, the opportunity to tell her the things that she was doing right, give her a few little minor tweaks and adjustments, and then her next video gets better and better and better, and her confidence grows. So I'm reading this really great book right now called The Gap and the Gain. And in it, they talk about that there's a place where we start. We all start at a spot, and we have this ideal up here of where it is we think we want to be. And then we get to a place where we've grown, and that's the gain. Where we started and where we are now is the gain, but there's still that gap between where we want to go. The game is not to look at that gap between where we've gone and where we want to go, but to look at the gain that we've made along that journey. So for your coach, they should be helping you break down the gains in your knowledge, the gains in your activities. In that book, there's an amazing quote. The quote says, "Confidence is not what gives you success, but success will give you confidence." And then when you have more confidence, you'll go out and you'll take even more risk. Your coach should be helping coach and train you through those risks. Think about it. Who are you meeting with to help you get better? Who do you talk to on a daily or weekly basis about the successes and failures of your business? Where are you brainstorming your great new ideas for marketing yourself? Is there anybody in your life that's challenging you to do better? So who's holding you accountable to your goals and strategies and plans that you promised that you would be implementing back in January when you were finishing up all your goal setting for 2023? Again, that should be your coach. And it doesn't matter to me whether your coach is a trusted confidant in another line of work, or whether it is your broker, which in my humble opinion, it should be your broker, or whether it is a paid professional coach. And if you get to the top of your game, you may need to get somebody that is can push you and give you better ideas, and I'm all for that. I've had dozens of amazing coaches throughout my career who've helped me grow and learn and mentor me along my journey from being a buyer's agent several years ago to building my first team, to building my second team when I relocated across country, and then along my journey of being a broker, the different things that I needed to learn along that way. If a guy like me needs a coach, then you need a coach. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't some sales pitch for you to hire my coaching services. It's just the understanding that you can't do it alone and do it at an exceptionally high level. If you want to be mediocre, you probably don't need a coach. You can do that all on your own. But if you want to be the best of the best, if you want to be at the absolute top of your game, if you want to do the kind of volume and transactions, and in our business, make the kind of commissions that are changing not just your life, but generational wealth building for you and yours, well, you're going to need a coach. You're going to need somebody to mentor you through that process. You may be able to somehow find your way through it, but the learning curve is a whole lot shorter when you're working with somebody that has the experience and the knowledge and the skill to get you there. So I challenge you, find the right coach, commit to your coaching meetings. Now, here's the thing. We've talked in previous videos about the importance of budgeting your time. Your time with your coach needs to be budgeted also. It's my opinion that you should be meeting with your coach at a minimum of every other week, and you should have an action plan for things you're going to do the following week. I know with my coaching clients, when they really start to crush it is when they actually will text me or call me or email me before the next week's meeting that they've already done the work from this week's meeting. So for instance, I might meet with somebody on a Tuesday morning, and the typical or average, you know my attitude, be better than average. The average person we would coach would do this. We would meet on Tuesday morning. They would show up the next meeting and they would talk about the things that they did from the previous meeting. I know when we get them to a new place where they don't want to waste the next meeting talking about the stuff that they've already done, that we've graduated. This is when we see people moving with an amazing sense of urgency to implement the things, the ideas, the concepts, the strategies that we developed in our coaching sessions. Guys, I hope this helps you. If I could ask one favor of you, click the subscribe button down there if you have not done so, and maybe hit the like button. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me a question in the comments section below. Again, I'm all over social media, you know that. My phone number is right there, and my email address is right there. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll talk to you soon.